My name is Dwayne Barnes. I'm an actor, director, writer, and acting coach.
Morning, guys.
And after years in front of and behind the camera, I've learned something. The most powerful actors don't act, they become.
Hey, that's son, listen. We make champions around here, son. Keep pounding. Keep on pounding. He the real deal.
Destroyer! Come on, put that pressure on them, jaws.
You can play a doctor, a teacher, a convict, or a rocket scientist. But if I can see you trying to act, I don't believe you. That's why I created the On-Camera Acting Instinct Lab. My job isn't to teach you how to pretend. It's to create a space safe enough for you to stop pretending. Because your intellect will try to protect you. It'll make you question the moment, rehearse the emotion, and overthink the choice. But your instincts, that's where your brilliance lives. I coach beyond the lines, beyond technique, beyond fear. We go deeper to the raw, honest truth already living inside of you and learn how to bring that truth to the lens. This fall, I'm launching an On-Camera Acting Instinct Lab with Dwayne Barnes, an intensive workshop for actors who are serious about becoming undeniable at their craft. For a limited time, I'm offering a free virtual actor evaluation. I'm offering a free 15-minute virtual chat to hear your goals as an artist. That's how we connect. Yes, AI is here to stay, as you can see, but it can never ever beat you at becoming a real, powerful actor. That is you. Let's discover your truth. If you're ready to stop showing us the character and start becoming them, welcome to the lab. Follow me on Instagram and click the link in my bio to apply. Can you play a character that is completely different than who you are while remaining 100% true to yourself? That's the exact puzzle that we're breaking down today. Welcome to the On-Camera Acting Instinct Lab with Dwayne Barnes, the vibe check. And today I'm vibing with Kenzie. Now Kenzie, he's got the theater degree and the talent, but after taking a break from acting, he's ready to conquer the cameras. We're talking about unshakable confidence, stepping into your masculine energy as a queer man. We're talking about why the camera needs your authentic spirit. Now trust me, you don't want to miss this one. So grab your coffee, your tea, or whatever, and sit back and relax and enjoy this conversation. Yeah, man. So give me a little breakdown of how you started to act, because I don't really know that. Like, how did it come into your world? When did it start?
So I always tell people that my first love is blackness and my second love was theater. So I was a kid that loved to watch like grown stuff. I watch cartoons, but like I love movies, and like, so I often think about, and I think about this all the time now as like I'm getting connected back to art. Like Spike Lee was my first teacher. Keenan Ivory Wayans was my first teacher. Whoopi Goldberg were my teachers. I used to watch all of their stuff as a kid. And so, let me speed it up. Saw a movie called Tap, and I was like, I want to be Gregory Hines. And my parents put me in a tap class. For some reason, they took me out. I still, to this day, don't know why. I don't know if they thought it was going to turn me gay. I don't know if they couldn't afford it. I never understood why. But when I went to and I think I was like 7 at that time. But in the 4th grade, I guess my school offered an acting class because I went to like a predominantly white school at that time. And I joined the acting class. The people who were offering the acting class had like a management company and like they put on shows in the summer times and also throughout the year. And so I, joined them. I was able to, I signed with them. I did their shows. And then from there, I started doing theater around Atlanta. Went to the performing arts school that a lot of people who are doing great things graduated from. By the time, but after 4th grade, like by 5th grade, I was like, I'm an actor, and like, I'm getting headshots and all of that. And so took me throughout high school. So at high school, I was doing theater, but I also was like in this youth company and doing professional theater, around Georgia. And then I went to the Cincinnati Conservatory of Music. I found musical theater and like fell in love with it. And became a musical theater kid, and I was like, I was a very like, well, because I watched like School Days every day and Color Purple all the time and all these things. And I'm gonna get you, sucker. I was like, well, I want to go to the best school for musical theater. So I did the research, at that time, and at that time, the top three schools were like Carnegie Mellon, Boston Conservatory, and Cincinnati Conservatory. And I got into Boston Conservatory and Cincinnati Conservatory, and chose CCM, which was a good. I mean, overall, it was a good experience. I don't think, for me, I think the business part of it could have been more pronounced in that program. And I think I just, when I moved to New York, I was not mature enough. This is things that I'm discovering because I'm in that place in life where I'm like, how did we get here? Like, well, let us really think about everything that happened. And I'm a very like accountable, self-aware, person. And so I think I was a bit underdeveloped when I got to New
Yeah, what
York.
part of the world are you in?
I'm in New York, in Manhattan.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I
Lucky
don't know
you.
about, yeah, maybe.
I just think it's something. I just love New York. I just love New York.
I guess if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But I would know just because I've only really lived here and then Atlanta. But I know that it takes a lot to live here, and you really do have to. It really is true when they say like, for this city to be so big, you can feel very alone here. At times. And it's just also just a different culture. I'm always very grateful that I grew up in the South, especially like when I'm around youth, because I started teaching for the last few years. I'm like, oh my God, I would not be one to deal with this as a 10-year-old or as a 12-year-old.
Mm. Yeah, I feel like LA can be. You can feel lonely as well. It's
I've
a
heard
lot of
that.
people, and it's like I say, it's like, are they really around you for your truth, or are they
Yeah,
around you to come up? And you kind of
yeah,
experience that when great things are going, everybody want to hang out, and then when things are slow, it's the same thing like social media. I think it's social media. It's like the world. It's like when something is popping, you're getting all the likes, all the follows, and then when things slow down, it's like you get crickets. So LA is
yeah.
definitely like that, and that after a while, you can start to feel like, you know, But I think a lot of artists, I think there's a feeling of loneliness that we kind of deal with. Don't you think
I
a
agree.
perpetual loneliness? Because it's yeah.
Yes, I do. Especially like when you have an integrity about your craft. I think that was one of the things I enjoyed last night the most. Is the little things that you said that align with how I think about acting and how I think about, um, you know, like I love when you were like, I don't do the role if I don't feel connected. And that just kind of told me about your integrity as an artist. And in addition to, knowing when like this, I'm not right for this role. So why am I even trying to do it? And I don't like those actors I mean, I get like you want to audition for everything, maybe for practice, but like there's some times where you have to be like, listen, this someone else would be a much better person. This would suit somebody else, you know. Yeah.
It's funny, early on in my career, maybe after being out here for about 5, 6 years, I went to an audition and I was not feeling it. And I went into the audition room and I was reading it and I messed up and I tried again. I messed up and I looked at the casting director and I said, "This isn't me." And she was like, "It's not." And we both,
Right.
we both laughed and I laughed and
Yeah.
I'm just like, when you connect with something. I mean,
Hmm.
there are some chances where, it could be, something still can happen. But for the most part, it's like if I don't feel a connection to it, it's not going to serve me nor anyone else. And sometimes you don't even know what that is. Sometimes, like again, like I was saying last night, sometimes it's just your body, just like these words, I did the work and it's just not feeling like I'm seeing someone else in it. I'm trying to play them who I see in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Yeah,
like, and I just think again, like you say, that's about integrity, like, and also ownership. It's like when you own your gift, when you own yourself, when you own your life, when you own this audition. Once I get this audition, this is mine. It's
yeah,
mine. You gave it to me. You gave me this moment to for it to be mine, and I'm going to give you me, and
yeah,
either you're going to take it or or leave it. And if I can't bring me, it's like somebody invites you to a party. If it's like I'm not going to be my best self, I'm not feeling good, I'm not coming. It's kind of
right.
like the same thing. Because if I come,
Yeah,
I'm probably going to say something snappy
yeah,
or just be out of alignment, and I'm going to mess up your whole event. So
right.
let me take care of myself and also take care of you. Yeah, but anyway, man, I was so glad you came to the workshop. I really was, because I met when you hit me up in Instagram and you said you would come. A lot of people have been doing that and they didn't show up. And so I was just, for some reason, I was looking for you. There's sometimes when there's a particular person who's like, okay, I want to see him show up. So when your name showed up, I was like, yes. And then when I saw your gift, I was very pleased. And that's why I want to meet people as well,
Yeah.
because, this is special for me. Again, like I was talking about with the auditions, it's just like, I got to do this. I got to get something out of it. I want to feel good about who I'm working with. I want to be around good,
Yeah.
special, gifted people. You don't have to be perfect, because I'm not perfect, but I just want to be, it has to be a synergy. And that's why I want to meet with people. Some people are like, why do you want to meet? What's going on? What do I need to prepare? I'm like, nothing. I just want to feel your energy and see if it's a mesh with me. You know what I'm saying? And so I was happy to see your talent and your gift and your openness and all of that great stuff. So thank you for showing up.
Well, thank you for your words. And and I am genuine when I say like I connected, with your point of view, and I think it's challenging on your side, in terms of like IG and people saying one thing. You've got so many people. So like on the one hand, you've got so many people who really just want to be a star, so they're doing the saying yes, I'll come to this, but not really serious about showing up. Which, on the other hand, I'm like, this is actually, I feel like time, it's becoming clear. The messaging to me is that timing is really how life works, And I left performance for whatever reason and was away from it for a long time. And I feel like I'm coming back really at a time where, like, talent is diminishing, and I believe in my talent, and so, and I, like I said, I'm a lifelong learner. I want to also continue training. This is a new aspect of acting for me, which is amazing. Also amazing because as a kid, like I used to be the kid that was like, no, I do theater, I do theater. I don't want to do television and film, and now, that's not the case. And I'm like, well, I don't have a whole lot of experience with this. So I want to know what I'm doing, and I want to be confident and say that I'm good at this too, Um, so, yeah, as I've said before, I enjoyed the class. There were just some key things that I was just like, oh, I don't hear people say that often. I agree with that too, And I'm a pretty discerning person too. But also, like, I think when we were doing the work, um, I just connected to what you were asking us to do. I was connecting to it. It made sense to me. And I, because I actually have not Googled you. He was like, I haven't Googled you. I didn't go look and see what you've done. Because like I said, You could have done everything. That doesn't mean you can teach. But I trusted what I experienced yesterday.
What were you looking for? Like when you saw that, you said, I need what for myself?
Um, I need to understand the camera. I loved how you were like, it's you've got to. I forget now. I forget how you explained it, but you talked about this relationship you have with the camera and how you control the relationship. The camera, you can't let the camera, or there are certain things that you can do that will, make that relationship not very strong. And I was like, oh, and I think I experienced that on this last time, or I became curious, I should say, um, about this last time I was on set. I was just like, I guess I couldn't put it into words what I was thinking, but like, I think what you said made me understand, like, I've got to feel like I am in control of the camera and I know how to, hit the mark, um, and let the camera let me, like I said, yeah, I guess guide the camera, not let the camera guide me. That was really, really very powerful. And I was like, oh yeah, like, and it just reminded me of them and just that curiosity and being unsure. Like I was on set. That's what it was. I was on set and I was unsure. And you talked about like this confidence of knowing how you continue to work at it to where it's not a question anymore. What it is, how the camera operates, that you can control what you're trying to achieve. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to know how to do that. That's what I want to know how to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think oftentimes, me included, actors, we give our power away in
Mm.
so many different ways. Even as humans, we give our power away. Like we we're
Yeah.
talking about, with auditions, it's like you give your power away when you do anything that you're not in alignment with. And so
Yeah.
I'm all about taking my power back in my own personal life, but also in this industry. It's like, no, I'm in control of this as much as I can. I can control my mind, my soul, and my body. So anytime I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
the camera, oh, the casting director, oh, the job, it's like, no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, no,
Yeah.
my God is in control of anything. I'm in
Right.
control. You know what I'm saying? It's just really standing in that power. It will make a vast difference in your life as a
Yeah.
performer.
Well, it was like that moment where it's like I don't feel like I'm on my voice, and then you're like, well, you are because you're Ethan. And I was like, that was a powerful moment too, and I think that's exactly what you're talking about. Like, I need to take authority of that moment. It was intentional. It was a choice. And you've got to live in that character, as soon as it's time, to become it, and just have that authority and knowing that what you're doing is in the life of the character that you're building. That was also very powerful too.
Yeah, because one of my friends one time, she was just like, yeah, I don't think you're using your voice when you're, I'm like, yeah. And at first I got in my head about that. And I'm like, I don't want to use, I'm a little nasy. I'm a little nasally when I communicate. And some of my characters talk with a doctor talk. He talks in a different space because I'm a singer. And it's like there are different tones to it. My character may I may find him here, but this isn't what you're talking to when you're talking to Dwayne. I don't want to use Dwayne's voice. Sometimes I want
Right.
to use whatever, country, whatever I feel, and again, it's about ownership because it's always your voice. You know what I'm
Right.
trying to say? Because it's
Right.
your sound, it's your voice. It's
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes you see actors and it just feels like it. As long as I feel like it's seamless and it's conversational and it's real, to me, that's like what's the most important thing about it. It's like, was it blowing? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you were yesterday, so that's why I was like, yeah, and it sounded just like you. So I don't know, and so that's why class is so good because when you watch those things back when we record it, you'll be able to shut that naysayer inside of your head up because he's always coming.
That's funny because that too, that when you talked about that, when you said it that way last night, that also just aligns with where I am in life and like shutting that voice off, and not letting that voice dictate what I'm doing, how I feel, the choices I make. So it just also aligned. I was like, whoa. But yes, that desire to be natural, especially becoming from, this theatrical that's very big and, um, that's something I too want to master, like, how to turn that type of training, not turn it off, but like put it in a place where it's still useful in terms of like character research and development and all that, but like, this natural, genuine nature on the screen, and to just really be authentic. Yeah.
Yeah, like the way you're talking right now, the voice you're using, the energy that you're putting out right now, that's enough at
Yeah.
times.
Hmm.
It's enough. Like Ethan could have, come from this same space. And
Hmm.
again, sometimes when it's like we're acting, it's like we're on. And especially
Right.
theater, it's like we're on. And it's like, no, don't get on. You got to kind of get to a place where you stop that automatic impulse to act. So before
Yeah.
you say the line, no, and then it relaxes you, and then say the line, because sometimes just the line you want to, and it's like, no, say no, and and then say the line so you can stop that performance. But that's like I said, that comes with time and
Right.
work and different exercises. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
definitely understood.
And I've done a class, and I won't like say that person's name because I got something from the class, but I also knew that there was just like something that was missing. Um, of course, I didn't know what to say, um, but I think yeah, I just think that, I'm eager and curious, to see what is in your arsenal because I think the bit that you showed us last night lets me know that there's some benefit here, because I'm not in the business of wasting money. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I'm discerning, and I can tell that that you have a lot to demonstrate and to show me, not only with your years of experience, but just also I think, like your framework and how you see acting just aligns a lot with how I see acting.
Yeah, one of my gifts I've always, because I'm still learning, I'm a consummate learner. I'm not one of those coaches or teachers or actors who's just like, I'm there. No, I'm always seeking knowledge. And one of my gifts is, a friend of mine says this, I can read something and then I can teach it 5 minutes later. Like I've always had the gift of comprehension and to be able to explain it. So that's kind
Mhm.
of one of my gifts. So if I ever hear a tool, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna teach it because it's like I actually have more confidence in my teaching than I do in my acting because the acting is, of course, such a vulnerable place. It depends
Yeah.
on your mentality that day, your psychology, so many different factors. You know what I'm saying? It's such a vulnerable thing. But as a teacher and a director, because I have directed a lot, I've directed short films, a little pilot, documentaries, and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's one of my, I can definitely make others better. That's just a gift. I can't.
Yeah, I agree. I see that connection. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I want you to know. Like, I think some teachers that I've experienced, a lot of teachers, they can be harsh or they just don't know the sensitivity and the vulnerability. They say they do, but it's like artists. I think when you can get an artist to feel safe and
Yeah,
comfortable and seen and heard, you can get so much. You can deposit so much greatness inside of them, and you can move them forward a lot more than the no, do it this way. Da, 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 like everybody doesn't respond to that. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I respond
Yeah,
to tenderness and vulnerability and compassion and
yeah,
sensitivity. And that's how I teach, and
yeah,
if someone needs that, they need to go to that. I'm more like, let me break it down, let me understand it. And then I also know who I can't make a difference with, like who we saw yesterday. Like I thought about that last night. I was like, because I can't change your voice and the sound of your voice. It's like
yeah,
it's a whole. It's almost like when people are on American Idol. It's like you never want to ruin somebody's dreams, but it's like something you just got to know that that's not for me. You know.
yeah. Well, even what you just described is definitely what I felt last night. Like you were talking about, like when you make an actor feel comfortable. You were saying you can pour all these things into them, but also the actor like feels comfortable to play and to discover and to like do the things that make actors make connections. And I felt that last night. Like I was like, class is over, I'm ready to like do some more, like I'm ready to work. That's what I felt like. And that's what an actor should feel like. That's what in a class, like you should feel safe enough to want to play. You should feel supported enough that you can play. And I think that I definitely felt that last night.
That's why I said I definitely have to make sure that the people that are in this class are, of the same ilk and
Right.
vibe and all that kind of stuff, because I want you guys to be able to play together with it, like in acting. And when you book a job, you may not know, the person may not be on your level, and you still have to make it work. So everybody is not going to be great. So it's good to have some challenges as well, because then you'll be able to, work it out, because really it's all about you. It's like
Yeah.
oftentimes people are like, well, it's like when you're in a scene or conversation, it's like you're listening to, like as you talk to me, you're listening to how I'm making you feel, how I'm
Mhm.
making you think, and sometimes you're not even listening to all the words, you're just how it's affecting you. And
Yeah.
so I feel like that's the same thing when we're doing these conversations, which some people call scenes. It's like, people like, you listening, listen, listen. Like, yeah, but it's really a selfish thing that you're doing. It's like you're
Mhm.
absorbing. Oh, he's making me feel comfortable. Oh, I like that. I don't like that. And that's what should be happening when you're doing your conversation or your scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I do. I
Even if a
do.
person is talking crazy, it's like sound of their voice or whatever. It's like, so you got to take all of that stuff in.
Mhm.
You know what I'm trying to say? And that's how you stay grounded and natural and real, because
Yeah.
it's having a real experience. It's like, even if the scene is saying you're not annoyed, if you're having a conversation and the person is annoying you with whatever,
Mhm.
you're feeling that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to show it, but it's inside of you.
Yeah.
If any of that makes
Well,
sense.
it did. It did. I think you just talked about simply about a different way of listening. It's not just listening to respond. It is you're getting the information to be in your body is what I kind of heard. And because the body, it seems like the body on the camera is kind of much stronger than the voice. Well, I guess they're the same. The voice is inside, but that like the body and the voice have to be aligned. It's not like just the sound that makes you, but it's what your body is also feeling that should elicit what is coming out, is what I heard. Yeah.
Really sad because if you're feeling, it's like if I'm feeling love, my voice is gonna do something different. It's gonna
Hmm.
talk. It's gonna sound different. But if
Right.
I'm feeling the chemistry of fear, I don't have to make my voice sound different. But you just, you know what I'm trying to say. So it's all
I
about the
do.
feelings that are evoking everything.
Right. Right.
I think I think we'll do well,
I
and
think
I
so
know
too.
you'll communicate. If you see
Yeah.
anything, any shenanigans, anything.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. I'm
you
glad
know
you
what I'm
see
saying?
that in me.
Right, I know you will. I saw that
Good.
very professional email that you sent. I was like, oh,
That's what I left school with too. I tell people all the time, I know how to write an email. You need to go off on somebody. I know how to do it because I just
yeah,
dealt with a lot of like passive aggressive white women who would use their words to like really tear you down. And you'd be like, this seems nice, but it's actually not. It's actually not. So yeah, that was one of the lessons I learned too. But yeah, no, I try to be professional and and also, just be in sync. Everything you're saying, I connected. I
yeah.
connected.
The only thing I really require is just vulnerability and trust. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to, to just trust me and know that I am going to be completely honest
Yeah.
and love and support, and there's never going to be any negativity. um, and I just,
That's what you said last night that I was like, okay. When you were like, sometimes you nailed it and you did it and I don't have to say anything.
yeah,
And I can't stand because you can tell when folk are talking, you're just talking because you feel like you need to say something or you feel like you have to, nitpick because you want to hold your teacher authority. I really connected with that. I was like, okay, okay. Um, yeah,
yeah, because there won't be, I don't want to assert power. There's no asserting the power, and some people want to assert the power to control you. My thing is, that's why I say it's an instinct lab. I'm trying to free you. I'm trying to
right.
get you to feel so confident in yourself so that you can be independent and that you could, take ownership of your gift and your talent and take it out into the world. So I get nothing from trying to assert power. And there could be some weeks where my spirit might be like, don't say it to him this week. You may see
Mhm.
it, but this week isn't the week to say it. And then the next week you may do something that was similar. You're like, well, last week you didn't say it. I'm like, yeah, last week it wasn't the time. This is the time to say it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you're spiritually connected. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm coming from my instincts, my intuition as well. And sometimes, life says, don't say it now. Just
Yeah.
just like when friends and personal relationships. Sometimes if you blabbing stuff all, sometimes when you get the thought, you say it, and people are like, oh my God. And you're like, well, I'm telling the truth. It's like, yeah, but the spirit tell you to say it at that point.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that may have been ego. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying I really want to make sure that that's how you keep the space safe.
Right.
And that's how a lot of studios aren't necessarily safe because a lot of teachers are just blabbing and just hurting people and they don't even care. You
Yeah.
know what I'm trying to say? And you're walking away feeling wounded. It's like, no, this is somebody's dream. This is somebody's vulnerability. This is,
Yeah.
so
I do. Yeah, and I think, to respond to, what you require, I think that I feel like I am back at that hungry undergraduate, that just left school and moved to New York. I feel like I am that. So I am hungry to learn. I am hungry to be better. I am hungry just to be the best artist I can be, and so I'm willing to do what it takes to get there. And I feel like I just have an opportunity because I don't, I think one reason that's kept me in New York is that I've always known I haven't completed my task here.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't quite know what it is, but I haven't completed my task here. I know it's with performance. It has to be because that's really all, not all that I am, but it's what keeps me alive. Um, and I think that there is still work for me to do here. And I feel like I now know because like I said, things got murky. I now know that I have the opportunity to complete that task. And I'm ready. I'm ready.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Let me just ask you something. I'm never,
Yeah.
forgive me if I word this incorrectly. Work with
Mhm.
me. You talked about queer and identity and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What kind of roles
I'm
are
so
you
glad you
open to
asked.
playing? All kind of roles? So yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
So I'm so glad you asked this question. That is a huge insecurity of mine. I am open to playing whatever, whatever. I think because of what the world says or what I have been told, and just I struggle with feeling like I'm believable in certain roles, as it relates to like, being a husband, that's raising a child. Even when I want a child of my own, but I want to feel confident in playing those things because I don't. And I know I'm strong. I have a strong presence. I do know that, and I know that I make women feel safe. My female friends and, confidants have told me that. I don't believe it, because of what the world has told me and also what I know about masculinity and the ways in which people think masculinity is a certain way. So I am open. I'm open to play whatever feels right and whatever makes sense. I do need to get to a place where I'm comfortable. That's one. That also just lets me know we are in line because that is the question. That is the thing. Like my eyes are getting wet. That is the thing because I'm not confident. I'm confident that I'm a great actor, but I'm not confident when I'm, asked to play like, straight men or characters who is assumed to be straight. I don't feel confident. I don't, doesn't mean I don't think I can do it, but I don't feel confident.
What do you think about Coleman Domingo and his ability to
It's
play roles?
interesting. He has broken a mold. He is really the first black gay actor that's been able to cross over, if you will. I don't think that has been another one. And from what I've been told, that once you play gay in Hollywood, or they think you're gay or whatever, they don't allow you to play straight roles. So I find I'm not in the Coleman
That's
Domingo.
old school. I think that's old
That is
school. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But I think he is a great example of being able to cross over and so I think, when you were talking about looking at this, I love that too. Looking at the, putting on the subtitles and listen to how the words are landing, like, being very, I think I want to do that with him, because obviously he knows how to do it. He knows how to cross over. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it also requires, because you have a very astute sounding voice. Do
Sometimes.
do you play accents? Do you play Southern, or do
Oh,
you
sort
play?
of. Yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. I'm not talking like as we get more comfortable with it. You'll see. You'll hear it. But yeah, Southern. Um, I think I can.
What I mean is like, sometimes a character is required. Sometimes it's like be yourself, but
Yeah,
sometimes for a role like that, it may require,
yeah.
which is what I was talking about with my voice, and when you were saying you didn't seem like you were using your voice, like some
Mhm.
roles may require a different tone of
Okay.
voice. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's still
I
you,
do.
but it's a different tone of voice. It's almost like playing a
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that's something that we can explore too in terms of what
For
you're talking
sure.
about. You know what
For
I'm saying?
sure.
And even that could tap you into feeling that because you may not feel like I'm not this. Because again, it's like, but once you stand in the shoes of James Evans from Good Times,
Right.
that
Right.
voice is going to
Yeah.
change. Your
Yeah.
disposition is going to change. Your energy changes. You get what I'm saying?
I do. I do. I
And
do.
I haven't seen the Michael Jackson movie, but I do think that Coleman does that, you know,
Yeah. He
even with
does.
Mister and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because it's about morphing into the characters. It's about stepping in the shoes and taking on their essence and but you're utilizing your instrument, your voice. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
that's so that yeah, I just wanted to have that conversation with you because you could have been like, no, I only want to play queer roles, or I only want
Well,
to, you
you
know.
what's crazy is I was starting to lean in that direction just because but it's literally not because I don't think I can do it, but just because I don't feel believable sometimes, and I don't, which means I don't feel comfortable. And I was just like, well, I definitely am not in a place in my life where I can be feeling uncomfortable. Like that just is not aligned with where I am. So it is beautiful that you asked that question. It wasn't offensive at all, and you said it perfectly. Um, because that is something that I want to feel confident in. And I even connect with how you say sometimes it is just that change in the voice might be a way to anchor yourself in a role. Um, but I got to find it, which is what
Yeah,
we're here for.
you gotta find it. And here's the thing: I said something else to you yesterday that I felt was profound. Well, it's not super profound, but it's like everything requires practice.
Right.
You gotta practice it. And sometimes you think, I can't do it. It's like, are you practicing it? Like, I can't just be still and no camera. It's like, well, you just gotta practice. You gotta just keep showing up and falling on your feet. And, so even in your daily life, find voices. Because there could be one particular person that you see, a father, whatever, or that you connect to. You're like, oh, this is my father voice. This is my
Yeah.
father energy. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm trying to say? And
Yeah.
you can just whenever you have that role, that is
Yeah.
the voice. You tapped into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do. It's clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
The net wide. I want to cast my net wide. I don't want to limit myself. You know.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even be talking about this if I didn't see that other palette, that color on
Yeah.
your palette. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even mention it because some people you just like, no, you just need to just play that. But I feel like
Uh-huh.
you could go all of those ways because I know you got the training, you got the theater, you got it all. And it's like, it's about stepping into those characters because, I mean, how many musicals have I went to where I saw somebody, oh, I'm nothing, honey. They playing Mr. Manly Man and you see them afterwards and they are just,
Uh-huh. And you're like, oh,
you're
you
like,
were really
oh.
doing the work, weren't you?
And now
Yeah.
you can pull that off. If they can do it, you can do it. You just have to like watch something or listen to something and just be like walk around the house and just find that character or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
this is exciting. We're going to be exploring all of this. We're going to be exploring all of this. But sometimes, like Ethan, it didn't matter. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Ethan, he just had a crush on this sister friend,
Right.
and
Right.
it didn't matter. And I thought that was some great casting. It's like, oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
there's sometimes where there's roles where even if it's written,
Mhm.
it may just say man, but it could go any way. You know what I'm saying? The director could be like, oh wow, who says that Ethan can't be queer? You know,
Right. Right.
who
Right.
says he can't?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but then you might want to give a take where you play him like yourself, and then you can give another take where you play that, and the cast will be like, wow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. Right, right, right. Because sometimes they do ask for like two takes,
Yeah.
to send two different. Yeah, yeah.
Show them I can be ambidextrous.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you a whole, I'm gonna give you a
Yeah,
whole different side to it. I'm gonna give you this, but I'm also give you this, so they can be like, "Wow!" Let's show it to the
yeah,
director and the producer,
yeah,
and
yeah.
definitely see a great talent, which is what the
Right,
goal is.
right, right.
Yeah. So anyway, we have talked and talked. I'm excited
Yeah,
to
me
get
too.
started, and you're amazing, man.
How
Just
are you? Thank you. I'm excited.
yeah, you're very amazing. I look forward
Thank
to
you.
all of the breakthroughs, all the lessons that we all are going to learn, from
Yeah,
each
me
other.
too.
So have
Me
a
too.
beautiful day.
You too. Take care, Dwayne.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Kenzie's journey reminds us why we fall in love with acting in the first place. Stepping back into the spotlight after a break takes courage, and Kenzie is fully ready for the camera. If you're looking for an online acting class that will take you deeper into your journey, let's connect.